Mike and Tom are registered with Stewart Partners Global Advisory LLC.
Common Sense Finance with Mike Wiginton and Tom Farrell of HL Wiginton Capital Management, an independent investment and financial planning firm in downtown Jasper. Mike is a chartered financial analyst charter holder, and Tom is a certified financial planner professional. They are here to discuss and give their thoughts on current financial and economic matters. Now, with Common Sense Finance, here are Mike and Tom. All right, welcome back to another edition of Common Sense Finance. I'm Tom Farrell. This is Mike Wiginton. On podcast one of this, we discussed the Fed printing money and how that works. And now we're going to talk about some of the possible issues with the Fed infusing more cash into the system, more money into the system. And Mike shared a great example, and actually a real-life example of how that works the other day. And I asked him to share that with you right now. So, Mike?
Sure. This is based on a true story, and I'm repeating a story that one of the economics journals that I follow, just repeating it. It was put out there some number of years ago, and it's really about how changes in the money supply actually affect real live human beings, affect us all in a real way. So it's a story about a group of 20 and 30-year-olds that all had young children. Yeah. They knew each other. They were all looking for babysitting. They wanted to go out and needing babysitting services on a regular basis. So they decided, hey, we'll get together and we'll just babysit for each other. Whenever you want to go out, I'll babysit for you, and vice versa. And just one small point, but important point I'd point out about that is that if it's just two or three of us, right, we all police ourselves. Right. If you're not, if I'm doing all the babysitting and you're doing none, we can work that out amongst ourselves. But you get a group that forms and becomes very large at all, then you need some way to police that. And so what they determined is that they would issue a form of currency. They call it script, but basically it was just coupons that they could have cut out of a notebook paper. And one coupon entitled the holder to 1 hour of babysitting services. And that worked out real well to begin with. Folks were going out every time. And keep in mind that whenever I go out, it gives somebody else the opportunity to earn more coupons, and perhaps they want more coupons than me or you do because they want to go out for longer spells or what have you. And so the point that I'm making there is that a program like that really requires a fairly large amount of coupons or script or currency in effect to make it work. And so these folks found out in a short amount of time that some folks began to be reluctant to go out because they were hoarding their coupons. Right. Okay? And keep in mind that when they refuse to go out, that you're depriving me the opportunity to earn more coupons. And if I can't earn more coupons, then guess what? I all of a sudden become reluctant to go out. And that kind of thing feeds upon itself, and what they worked themselves into was a babysitting recession. Okay, the economic activity, as represented by people going out on date night, had gotten to a very low level. And so the economists in the group decided, hey, what we need to do is issue a bunch more currency. And so that's what they did. They went to the notebook, cut out the new coupons, issued a bunch more currency, and lo and behold, people were going out left and right. And when that happened, they're giving everybody else the opportunity to earn more coupons, and the more coupons they earned, the more they were willing to go out and spend money.
And it was costing more for an hour of babysitting than it was when they started.
Sure. Well, and they actually thought that worked out so well that they issued another round of new coupons. And what they found out that then when people had so many new coupons, they said, well, look, it's going to cost you 2 coupons for an hour instead of 1 coupon for an hour. Right. And what they wound up being involved in is what we know is an inflationary spiral. So anyway, that's a real live example of showing really how, in a very simple but true sense, realistic sense, of how the money supply does work to stimulate economic activity, but it, like everything else, it does have its limit.
Right. Well, that's a great example, and thanks for sharing that. So with that said, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Controversy and my understand.